Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Early Career Academic. On this channel, I explore how I use the Passion Planner to set personal and professional goals. In this video, I'm going to basically set up a new planner. This is a new planner to me. It is mid-year, a mid-calendar year. However, my previous planners were academic years, so this makes perfect sense that I'm setting it up now here in the month of June 2022. I also, if you watched my video in which I discuss my pregnancy planning, you'll know that I use the first couple of months specifically to plan or to keep track of the things related to my pregnancy. If you've been following this channel a while, you know that I had a miscarriage last year, and so I was using this planner to kind of obsessively track my symptoms, scheduled appointments, and so on and so forth, to keep it a secret while we were still in the first trimester. But I still have the rest of the calendar year to go in this planner, so I want to use it instead of wasting the planner. So that is why I'm going to set it up for as though it were a completely brand new planner to me, so that I can use it as my main planner from now till the end of the calendar year. What I haven't done is got new tabs yet. Again, wasn't sure that the pregnancy was going to be a permanent thing, so I did just use miscellaneous tabs I had left over from other kits. So I am going to get new tabs and put them on, but that will be a future Tanya thing. So in this video, I'm going to do all the other aspects of setting up a new planner. This is probably going to be like a slightly longer episode, or I might try to speed some parts up, but I just wanted to show you my process for setting up a new planner. And kind of the parts that I do right out of the gate and some of the stuff that I leave for later. If you're interested in any of those other videos I just mentioned, the pregnancy planner video, I will link in the description of this video. For the purposes of the front pages of the planner, that is the goal setting, I have here picked a few pens to help me out. This is my Microline 05 pen, which I've been bragging about the whole last few videos, just wonderful. This is the Tombow Dual Brush 126 green, and a mild liner. This is the, I believe it's called Smoke Blue, and mild liner Marigold. I know it's an interesting color scheme, but I chose these colors because I'm using up some freebies stickers that I got in an order from Pineberry Paper. You know I'm a fan of that shop if you've been watching this channel. So I just really liked the colors in these stickers here, and I thought these would be good stickers specifically to use for the goal setting page. So I'm going to use those up and use these markers here. If I sound a little weird to you, it's because I think allergies are hitting me finally. I definitely have some allergy symptoms, hoping it's not a head cold because it'd be horrible to be pregnant and sick again. But you know, excuse me, but yes, I am feeling fine. It's just like the throat thing. So sorry if I sound a little strange. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sticker this planner cover and the back. I know, now that Passion Planner has these like really beautiful designs, it feels a little weird to put stickers over them, but I actually was collecting stickers to put on my next planner when I thought it was going to be one of the black standard planners. And I'm just too like attached to them to like not use them. So that's the conundrum, right? So I am going to cover up some of this pretty design with some of the stickers that I've been collecting. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. And just chat at you guys a little bit while I'm doing it here. So the first set of stickers that I'm putting on are actually this little rainbow and this beautiful pregnant woman. This is from a new shop to me. This is Chloe Joy Studio. And I remember when I was newly pregnant, I was kind of looking around Etsy for some pregnancy stickers. If you watched my pregnancy planner video, you know that I found some really cute ones for like tracking pregnancy related milestones. And then I saw these as well, and I just like couldn't help myself. I had to order them. Especially this beautiful pregnant woman. I love it because unlike some of the other stickers I saw, it was not too cartoonish. It's a little abstract in that way, but it's like just very beautiful. I was trying to kind of invoke feelings of calm and serenity even though as you know, if you've been watching this channel, I can be a little anxious about the whole pregnancy and motherhood thing. I also got this completely different energy, but it feels appropriate to me right now, especially with everything going on in the world. My husband and I are like OG Star Wars fans, and Star Trek fans for that matter. But we're so nerdy, we even play the tabletop Star Wars game sometimes. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, I need to have this like really pissed off Leia in my corner. I need this kind of like take charge attitude energy. So I'm popping it here for that. Also, I got this really cute sticker from it's actually an Instagram account that I follow named It's Lenny, and it's such a great account. I started following it last year when I was just in the midst of like just terrible oppressive grief, and every video I watched just made me feel a million times better, or as much as I possibly could feel better. And this is a reference to one of the videos, "You've Got So Many Sunny Days Ahead," and it's like this little blob is the character for the Instagram account. And I actually sing this song to myself in my head sometimes. And so I saw the sticker and I was like, I need to have this because I need to like remind myself that good is coming to me, and I don't have to be afraid all the time that it's going to fall apart, you know? I think that's hard when you've been through like rough times. It's hard to not feel like more rough times are just waiting for you. Let's see if I can get this sticker back off here. The other day I went to a prenatal appointment. Everything looks fine. Everything's amazing. But they took my blood pressure before they did the ultrasound, and it was high. And my blood pressure normally isn't high. But of course they watch that carefully when you're pregnant. And then they took it again after the scan, after I knew everything was okay, and it was perfectly normal. And I was like, well, yeah, when you've been through what I've been through, you it's just hard. It's hard even at this stage to not feel like it's temporary. And this is the last sticker I'm going to pop on here for now, unless I find something else that I like. I picked this up when I was visiting my grandparents last Christmas. They live in Carlsbad, and I just loved like the retro vibes. It reminds me of the beach, it reminds me of my grandparents, it reminds me of my childhood. I grew up in California. I was actually born in the desert. So I just really want to like remember this every time I see my planner. And then I am going to pop some ones on the back too, because I have these two stickers. This sticker I got out of my grandma's things. She loved Hawaii. She lived there for many years, and she had this like small collection of Hawaiian stickers. And I saw this and it just reminded me of her, and it reminded me of when she still had like her mental faculties, and I was like, I need to have this sticker, so I'm going to put it here. She is honestly the reason I probably want to be a mom so much, like her and my mother, because she loved children. Like she loved being a grandma. She loved babies. Like every time she saw a baby, she'd wave at the baby. And now I do that. And you know, this might be the last, you know, year I get with her. Like really kind of hoping she hangs in there until my baby is born. Not that she'll know who she is or anything, but you know, it'd be kind of nice to still like come around and show her the baby. She'll know it's a baby. She just won't know exactly who it is. And this sticker here is designed by my very own niece. It's on Redbubble. And so we order things from Redbubble from her every so often. And when I saw that there was a sticker option, I was like, yes, I want that. So I want to put it here too, to honor her creativity. So that's the first step. Put all my awesome stickers on, and leave some room for some maybe additional stickers if I come across any. But for now, this seems like a good start. It's actually kind of fun to put stickers on the planners again. I haven't done that in a number of years. Okay, then I did actually go ahead and I put some things for the fresh start part of the planner. The planner asks you like, what is the biggest goal you want to accomplish this year? who or what motivates you the most and write some words of encouragement to yourself. When I wrote these down, it was eerily similar, if not exactly the same, as what I wrote in my previous planner. Carry the baby to term. John and our baby is who motivates me the most. And you deserve motherhood. You're stronger than you think. And putting this down was sort of like, oh God, am I like repeating history? Like, I was very anxious about it, but like this is still true. Like, I still want to carry this baby to term. You know, John and the baby are the number one people in my life, and I am stronger than I think. So like, it was interesting writing it down again, but that's exactly where I still am, at the same place I was, before. But I did leave the roadmap link because I wanted to get to the end of the previous 6 months. That's the end of May, and I wanted to think, carefully about what would go on here. Now, Passion Planner asks you to put a date here, dates here, because they really want you to be kind of cognizant of how much time you actually have to accomplish the goals that you're listing. And I really like that feature of this journal. So I put today's date. It's actually the 25th today. And then they have you start with 3 months, probably because that's a more like discrete amount of time, but I change it to 6 months because I like having that like continuity. Like 6 months from this, there will be another opportunity to set different goals. For me, that will be in the new planner at the end of the calendar year. And also this aligns typically with my semesters, so it works out time-wise a little bit better, I think. But 6 months from now, I'll just go ahead and put December, because that's roughly 6 months. And then 1 year from now will be June 2023. And 3 years will be 2025. There we go. And so that way you have like a very real sense of like how much time is actually from this moment, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, and so on. Now, I always start with the lifetime goal because I think it helps me to fill out the other goals for these increments of time if I'm thinking about what I want ultimately from my life. Now, this actually hasn't changed from the last time I did it. So if you watch that video, this will be somewhat familiar. And it's not surprising that my lifetime goals haven't changed drastically in the last 6 months. So what I will start with, and let me see here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do this with this pen first, and then I'll come in and add some color. I want to be a creative person. So some of these are a little abstract, but they'll help me like think about what I'm doing here. I want to be a scholar. Now I'm just putting a scholar, not like an adjective, like a preeminent scholar, because I don't think I have that goal in mind, but I want to like keep up with scholarship. That's the main thing. I want to be a member of my community, like an engaged member of my community. I want to be a homeowner. I am technically a homeowner, but I want to be the owner of a single family home. That's the goal. I want to have strong relationships with my family and friends. I want to be an impactful teacher. I want to be a good mother. And finally, I want to be a traveler. Now that has been hit or miss these last couple of years. Pandemic, part of it was my husband and I, like in the years prior to the pandemic, were trying to get on our feet financially and struggling with the concept of infertility. So trying to make some decisions around that. It's hard to plan travel when, you're expecting your life to change any minute. So it's something I want to prioritize though. So in the 3-year, I did go ahead and I did some of this ahead of time, so you don't have to watch my whole thought process unfold, but chances are I'll make some changes since you're, listening to me as I go through this. In 3 years, I would really like to teach a grad class. Now, some of this is outside of my control, but there are things I can do to make this more likely, like create a syllabus for it. So that is a 3-year goal for sure. And then get a single family home, as I said. That seems obtainable in a 3-year time span. This one, again, a little outside of my immediate control, but ideally in 3 years, I'd like to have a second child. It feels awkward putting that out into the universe because of all that we've been through, and it also makes me feel a little selfish, like I just finally got what I wanted and now I want more. But I also have to think about time. I'm a woman of advanced maternal age, as they like to keep reminding me, and I only have so much time to bear children, and so I do have to think about the timeline that I'm working with. So that's a goal, and whether it is through my body or through some other means, we might acquire a second child. So that is something that I'm thinking about. In the 1 year, this was actually the hardest, because a year from now, I will be a parent and my whole life will be different. It's hard to plan what I should be thinking about goals wise when I know I'm going to be adjusting to new parenthood. But there are a couple of things that I'm going to attempt to do before the spring semester starts, and definitely next summer before the fall starts. I would like to revise some aspects of my honors classes. Similarly, I will need to set up my spring classes. This will actually probably happen before a year, more in the 6-month range. But I'm putting it here because it could bleed into past the 6 months. We want to take a trip to Ireland. My friend's getting married, and I'd like to maintain a baby book for baby. There's not much else to besides kind of maybe keep in touch with family and friends that reaches toward these goals that I think I could achieve in a year's time. So that's why I said I was struggling a little bit with that increment. I have way more of a sense of what I need to do / want to do in the next 6 months. So after baby is born, we want to take her to see my grandparents if they're still alive, and John's family there. So that's on the agenda. In the time after summer classes and before baby is born, I'd like to volunteer a little bit and restart composting. I also am supposed to be doing something with my edited collection. I admit I've been a little swamped to think about it, but the call is out, so I need to actually advertise it. I need to decide once and for all if I'm going to write this article, and if so, do it. I also have those revisions on the paper I submitted last semester to do, so that's imminent. And then most important is prep for baby. And if you saw my pregnancy planner video, I already have a checklist for each trimester of baby prep. So I already have a sub list of that, but I am going to drop it over here in the game changer. This is where you write down the one goal that will change your life the most. And really, I'm going to put November 4th because that's when baby is due. But of course, that's, that may or may not be when she's actually with us. And I'm going to put out things that I need to do, the major things I need to do so that I am cognizant of that. Probably the most imminent thing is I need to set up some prenatal yoga. I actually have a really good recommendation from a friend who had a baby last year. And so I just need to set that up. This summer, we need to finish those home projects that have just been like languishing on our list for a long time. We need a massive declutter. I mean, it's hard to like, I would say compared to a lot of people, we don't have as much stuff because we don't have as much space. But babies take up a lot of space, even when you're trying to live minimally with them. And we just need to clear out some stuff to make room. We need to register for birth and infant care classes. I'm pretty familiar with how to care for a newborn because my sister was born when I was 14, but I know John would really benefit from these classes. And of course you can always learn new things. My friends are throwing me a baby shower, so I need to get some information for them and also make the registry for that. I also want to get maternity photos done. This is like kind of a big deal for me because I A, hate getting my picture taken, but B, I envisioned this photo shoot for so long. It will feel very surreal for it to actually happen. And I'm trying to like lean into the whole experience now that the risk is lesser. And that is one way that I'm going to lean into it. I also need to like keep on top of my therapy. It's really helping with the anxiety. You know, I wondered if I should discontinue it because I was feeling less anxious after the first trimester ended, but there's always something that comes up that like freaks me out a little, so it's nice to have that support. And then finally, I need to figure out ways to relax because, you know, my instinct is to just do all the things even when I don't have to, and even when I should be like trying to just take care of myself and take care of baby. So finding ways to do that actively is something that I'm going to take from here into the month goals that I set up for myself. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Now, I'm going to come in here with my Tombow and add a little color. And I do consult this page every time I set up a new month. It helps me to see, like, am I spending any time, you know, working towards the goals that I set. And the good news about Passion Planner is you do have you will like do this every 6 months. So what's nice about that, I find, is you get to update your goals, you know? And I think that's important because life changes, you change, you know? It's good to kind of like think about what you want in a regular sense so that you're not like necessarily pursuing, like just blindly pursuing goals you set regardless of how relevant they are to you anymore. I've definitely dropped major goals off of these things over the years. Used to have like get a tenure track position on here. Like I had a whole lot of say in that. And you know, then it was like, you know, make the best of like what I have. And that is a non-tenure track position that I absolutely love. So that's where I'm at right now. And of course, just as recently as a few months ago, I had, of course, the goal of adoption. And we had, my whole game changer goal was the adoption application, and that is no longer on here, as you can see. Even if we wanted to keep pursuing it, they don't let you if you're pregnant. Same goes for fostering. I think a lot of people aren't aware of that. I don't know. sometimes people have really cavalier attitudes when it comes to that kind of stuff. And someday I'm going to do a video of like, you know, your ideas about where you should be versus like where you are and what has happened in those intervening time, and how like you are really more often than not, you're doing what you should have been doing. You know, you're doing everything you could, and you're still just struggling because life is life, and that's the way it is. Sometimes I beat myself up because I feel like I should be farther along, or I shouldn't have wasted time doing X or whatever. But when I really when I really look at my life, and I think carefully about how I spent my time, you know, I did everything I could with the information I had, you know. I did more than most people would in the same circumstances. I should be proud, you know, not judging myself too much. And I think most of us are in that boat, but sometimes we're just too like lost in our own heads to like really think about it. So let that be inspiration for you, thinking about your own life and your own goals. Isn't this adorable? I love it. It's kind of minimalist compared to what I did last time, but I'm like loving the way that it looks. I like it that these women characters are just like chilling. They're like drinking beverages and taking photographs and reading books, you know. Like, I just like the energy of the school setting. I think it looks really cute. Okay, so that's done. Then I have the forward planning part of this. I do use these calendars often to mark like when conferences are and things like that. I won't have any of that to mark presently. I do have some special dates though. This is my mom's 60th birthday, and this is my baby shower, one of my baby showers. I'll go ahead and mark Freya's due date. And then I will mark John's. John has some days off. He just told me what they were. Yeah. I think that's correct. I think that's right. And then what else? I think that's it for now. I could come back in later and sort of jot some stuff down, but this is my due date, can't believe it, and then my baby shower. I think this is my parents' 25th wedding anniversary. Yes. I just like kind of like marking those special occasions so that I could keep track of them. Okay, looking good. I might even, like, what I do at the end of every planner is have a forward planning thing, like for meetings and stuff that I need to keep track of, so I might use the space for that later, but I don't have anything for that now. Okay, that's it for planner setup. There are back pages, and if you watched my pregnancy planner video, you know I've actually filled up a lot of them already with baby related stuff. I will probably put a few other things back there, like a color swatch chart, like for my markers, so I can like use that when I'm trying to match them to stickers. And like some like of my like some bucket lists and stuff like that. But really, this year in this season of my life, the main thing is prepping for baby. And so a lot of that stuff that you might have seen in other videos, I might put off until I get my new planner at the end of the year. We'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching this planner setup video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope it was somewhat interesting to you. Thanks for watching this channel. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Stay tuned because I have a lot more fun videos planned and I will have more time to actually film them. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you back here soon.